Hey, look at that. We are live on the SideQuest. Not a crazy intro this week, just a regular old intro. I am Dolly Domofsky, one of the several hosts of the SideQuest podcast, the SideQuesting podcast, your weekly journey, adventure into the world of video games, geek culture, and just sitting around a campfire talking ghost stories, eating marshmallows.
No, that's the other podcast.
That's the other podcast. We only did one.
Yeah.
This person talking to my left and in the center of the screen there is the one, the only, the double JJ Holder.
It is. I'm back 2 weeks in a row. Look at that.
Amazing. It's always good to have you, my friend.
It's always great to be here.
Yes. Hey, to his left on the screen there, the cat holding a French baguette. I don't know what that is. It's Sam Dixon.
It's une baguette. That means one baguette.
Oh, got it. Sorry about that.
Yes, hello, friends. Nice to see you all once again. I've come for my mandatory once-a-month showing on the podcast.
Is it that often?
I was gonna say, are you sure you actually make it to one a month?
I think I was in one in July. I don't know about June, though.
July it was like Mario Golf and Disgaea Talk.
Yeah.
I was going to say, last time I believe I won some Mario Golf.
Oh, there he goes. I won some Mario Golf.
That feels like it was 8 months ago.
Yeah, doesn't it? That was so long ago. Nintendo released an update to that game. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, true.
The person below Sam is Taylor at Taylor Bliss. Bliss.
Yeah, I was one of the people that didn't win Mario Golf.
That's right.
True.
Neither did I. And to his right, your left on if you're viewing this, and my junkial area, I guess you're my crotchular area. Zach. No.
I refer to all my best friends as my crotch area.
That's true. The one, the only, the Zach. Okay, Quest.
Hey.
Look. Okay. Thank you guys for getting together on this beautiful evening. Hope the weather's fine over there where you're at. I know it's
100 degrees.
Jesus. Oh my Lord. It's like the hot weather is just literally circulating amongst the five of us on this podcast. Sam, have you had hot weather this summer?
This summer for sure. These last 2 weeks have actually been manageable. We just get now where it'll be 45 minutes of just straight downpour, and then it will just look like it hasn't rained all day 15 minutes after that.
Yep.
Oh goodness. And Taylor, have you had some crazy weather?
That's pretty average. On the East Coast has been mostly spared, so I'll count myself lucky.
You get the snow.
Yeah, we got quite a lot of it last year, so
yep.
We'll probably eat shit again this winter.
Yep, totally. It's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna start off with the news as usual. No more weather talk because we're all sick of it. The world is burning.
It's true.
It legit is true.
Both things. We're sick of it, and the world is burning, and we're sick of it burning.
And we're sick of it burning. Exactly. Hey, I'm gonna share a screen right now. Probably the biggest news that I could think of this week is that the Intellivision Amico has been delayed. Guys, this is shocking news.
Pretty heartbroken on this one.
News. The Intellivision. Yeah. Nobody saw it coming. It is difficult. Turns out making a new console in a competitive marketplace is difficult.
Yeah. Turns out Tommy Tallarico isn't the greatest when it comes to hardware development and shipping.
Right.
Why does it look like a baby monitor?
It probably has a lot of the same parts.
It's probably like how all the old Jaguar systems ended up being reused for like dental supplies. Let
me see this video will play. Oh, it will play. Look at that.
It's
technology.
No game is rated above E10 and 10 and up.
You know what the saddest part is that this E3 presentation was still better than several other major developers.
Yes, correct. Is that still playing? No, it paused there. I'm gonna I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna shut it down on our page there, and I'm gonna share the full video. But yeah, so it's I guess it was supposed to be out. Well, I mean, it was originally supposed to be out in 2020. By the way, great job making the screen super dark there, Tommy. Supposed to be out in 2020, and then it kept getting pushed back, and now we're at end of 2021. But guess what, guys? It's going to be 2022. I can.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And the problem is that like with the hardware that they're using in this device, which are basically all cell phone SoCs from like 2016, if my memory serves, like every month that this doesn't get released, I mean, you know, it's not a target audience where like power is the most important thing, but the Steam Deck is coming in like 4 months for $4.99.
What's coming? What is it? What is
the Steam Deck? No, but for real though, like yeah, I mean, sure, it's not a family-oriented console with joysticks, but like, how do you get people to buy this for just from a marketing standpoint?
I think a major problem they have is that their market is children, and they haven't done any marketing towards children.
And also like children just like children don't buy things. I mean, they convince their parents to buy them, but like
if this were back in like when we were kids, like you show a cell phone like Fortnite something. I mean, like obviously Fortnite's not going to be running on this because it is not rated E. But
so that's
showing it as a phone. Showing it as a phone would make kids excited in one way or another. But like,
we do have our first comment, by the way. Want to become famous by followers, primes, and viewers on Big File.
Still waiting for Dally to give me mod on Push Chat.
Yeah.
I mean, these are games, I guess. It's like, hey,
they are games. It's being like its major selling point is we have a new Earthworm Jim coming out, which I mean
is
that's
divisive.
Problematic. Yeah. I mean
again becoming less of a selling point every day.
Every day,
right.
Yeah. The more and more people read about the creator of Earthworm Jim, the more and more problems there's going to be. So.
This thing is probably going to sell really well on QVC about 2 months after it comes out.
Yeah.
When it's down to like 149.
Yeah. I used to have an MP3 player like 25 years ago that was exactly the same as like layout as that. It had a digital screen with a spin wheel that was horizontal. It's like SD card powered bullshit.
I don't want to sound like I'm just talking shit, but like it looks like the Tiger Electronics of like the mid 90s, right? It's just like the equivalent of today.
It's the equivalent of the R Zone or something. Yeah.
It's a thing that you would buy the Wii knockoff you would buy at CVS.
It's definitely like made by it's made by at home, you know. It's one of those companies, and it's
but you know, it's a lot of flashlight graphics, graphic visual styles. I just
it did have a major like ad campaign inside of GameStop's. Like they've been really pushing it hard. You go into a GameStop and they have flyers and like upright displays and stuff telling you to pre-order it here at GameStop, which seems to be their target demographic is moms going into GameStop or dads who remember the television.
If I had been in a GameStop in the past 2 years, I might have seen them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Same here. You know, I think for me, their website doesn't show it. That's for sure. I think, you know, it's the market they're trying to sell to. At least the Atari knows what it is. The Atari's like, hey, you can hack us. By the way, you can hack us and do whatever you want with this shit. But we also got like Space Invaders. But you can hack us. You can. I feel like the Intellivision Amico is it's a lower step than the Atari that's coming out.
It does have RGB lighting, which you know.
There you go.
Their weird gift card thing is ridiculous. With like NFC gift card.
Oh Lord.
I like the idea of it. Yeah, it's a cool idea, but it's only a cool idea if it was like you bought an Amiibo gift card from Nintendo or something. Like,
are they going to use that for credit card transactions too? Because I could just imagine a kid picking up their like parents' wallet and just trying to throw it on this thing.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, there you go. Just thank God Fortnite's not going to be on this thing, or else it would just be nothing. It would just be a V-Bucks mining machine. It would just.
Oh, you don't want a skin for the 4 tank games they've shown in this video already?
Yeah.
We also have Tank, and Tank 4, and Pong.
Baby.
It's Pong, baby. You know, all these games, none of them are. These feel like games that students create, and I don't want to make it sound bad, but this kind of feels.
Yeah,
this looks like the CD that I picked up from the Scholastic School Fair, where it was like collection of weird games you've never heard of.
Yeah, it's a step up. It's a step above a shareware release, you know. It's like
you know, one thing that could be really cool for the Amico is to allow people to make their own games.
What are physical games for this thing?
They're not going to do that.
Games are $20. Like, it just
are
said
they all
that.
Digital, or is it a card?
No, $9.99 for digital, and then $20 for physical.
Well, yeah, what does it look like?
What's a physical game for this?
You got the cards. Right?
It is the card.
It's got to be those NFC cards, right? Like, okay, whatever.
NFC cards ain't cheap, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, it's ET.
Yeah.
Night Stalker. I mean, hey, if
Breakout.
you have a lot of nostalgia for these games, for this, maybe it'll be great for you.
Yeah.
Again, I really feel like they should have thrown in this is how you can make your own game type of thing. Like take the Nintendo, the Labo Garage, whatever that thing it was and thing is, and just say you can make your own games on this and you can share them with people. And I think people could kind of like that.
Like that's what the Ouya was trying to depict. Yeah. Like, hey, you can also comes. It's a dev kit too.
Yeah.
So,
yep. Well, this is getting delayed. Later in winter 2021 or holiday 2021. But
we are talking about the Intellivision more than anyone else is talking about.
I think
the
you're
Intellivision.
Right. Tommy Tallarico, send us an Intellivision or 4 or 5 for us to review.
Also Video Games Live CDs. That'd be good.
Yes. I'll okay. Let's see what else we got news wise. It's kind of a slower week, so I'm okay with these slower weeks. But let's see. Oh yeah, there's an ID at Xbox showcase tomorrow. If you're watching this on Monday, if you're watching this on Tuesday, it's today. That they're going to be showcasing, so it'll be a lot of stuff dropping for that. Probably some of those indie games that we've been looking forward to, like the Goop. Was that the one? The Goop from the Steam World devs and a few other folks there. So that's happening. I think that could be kind of cool. Anybody else interested in indies? I think indies on Xbox are always really cool.
Yeah.
I'm mostly interested because I need to know which games I don't have to purchase on Steam.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Which ones are, because like 90% of the indies that they announce, that stuff like it is just going to be, hey, this is also coming to Games Pass. That seems to be the hard line that Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft is drawing the line in the sand of being like, if it's an indie coming on Xbox and it looks like people are going to want it, we're just going to make sure that comes to Games Pass.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I need to know that because that's very relevant to me.
Yeah. Humankind is going to go straight. Speaking of Game Pass, it's going to go straight to Game Pass on PC. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you're excited about Humankind, Zach?
It looks interesting. I think it's cool to go from like being like monkeys to being like civilized people in like a 4X game. So it'll be fun.
We will. Have we seen anything other than that one? Like, there hasn't been that much media for it, has there?
They've shown a bit of like gameplay, I think, but I haven't paid attention to it.
No, I haven't. It's completely off my radar. But today was like the most time I spent looking at it.
I'm gonna show something here because it's actually kind of interesting. I know we were talking about it earlier today. It is No Man's Sky 5th anniversary. They're teasing Frontiers, which is apparently a brand new mode that's coming.
And it's like,
or in mode expansion or what? I mean, like everything, everything that they like have released in the past like 3 years have all been quote unquote modes, right?
Yeah.
Whether it was the undersea stuff or the boarding the ships or
the weird
the
horror
revamp of the
shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Well,
So the last time, go ahead, Zach.
I think this one's also launching with cross-platform multiplayer as well, like across everything. So, yeah, I think that's why it's called Frontier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I think the last time I went back to it was when Next came out, I think. And then I stayed in it for a bit. And then I watched this earlier today, and then they were like going over all the other shit that's been added, and I was like, I have no, what the fuck? I think that happened to me too. Complete like the abyss, like the no idea what's happening.
I forgot they had added VR to this thing.
Yeah, it's okay.
They had the Mass ship.
Exomech. Yeah.
The Exomech is pretty new, and then this is the living ship, and the Desolation is where
it's so cool.
Like, I knew that it existed, but it's just like I don't know how to play the game anymore. Like, you know, it's not that complicated. You fly to planets and you harvest resources, right? And you know, there's some amount of
you're basically just discovering
currency and stuff that you have to try and accumulate so that you can upgrade your stuff.
Yeah.
But like, you know, we saw a bunch of shit about like, hey, build an underwater base. Hey, go to an abandoned space freighter. But hey, Corey. Of course. Well, like, I don't know how to do any of that shit, and I don't know. That was the only thing. The hardest part about No Man's Sky for me was getting the game to tell me how to do the things in it. And I don't know that sure. We'll see. I managed to replace my GPU, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna No Man's Sky it again. That's definitely gonna be up there.
Sky it again. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Why am I at the top?
Yeah, what have you done?
It was an intentional reorder.
I switched everybody around.
Except I'm in the same spot. Dead center, baby.
That's all that matters. Last little bit of news. I mean, again, very light news week. Last little bit of news before we get to Steam news. Is I'm going to show you guys a trailer for a project that's been delayed. Diablo Immortal. Here's the cinematic trailer. Apparently, Diablo Immortal, I forgot that it had a release date of 2021, but apparently it did. That's 2022 now, ish. Whatever. We know there's shit happening over at Blizzard, Activision.
What happened?
There's no Blizzard.
Well, if you want to talk about news, you know, on the same vein of Blizzard, there is the Fulbright news.
Oh yeah.
Steve Gaynor. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
No,
it's not as bad.
It doesn't make it sound like he was like a creep, just bad.
An asshole.
Yeah.
And
a bully.
He dropped top leadership level, and he's like, I'm just gonna work on story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of weird being involved, but whatever.
It didn't sound so much like he was like, all right, I'll just do story, so much as it was the publisher saying, hey, you're only working on story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody still interested in Diablo Immortal? Was that the mobile one? Or was that the...
We still don't know what the fuck Diablo Immortal is, man.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like that's what I mean. No, because it's gonna be Diablo Gacha, but like this is the most that we've seen or heard of it.
Just
it's still this.
Trailer. Yeah.
To my knowledge, unless
there was gameplay tests, like alpha test.
Sorry, a truck or something went by my house there for a second.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you're okay.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I was going to say, wasn't there an alpha test? To be quite honest with you, I thought this was already out.
Yeah, already out and forgotten.
It might be.
Well, it's like every mobile game I play. You look at it for 5 minutes, go, "Oh man, I could see myself playing this," and a week later, going, "Oh, get this trash off my phone."
This is taking up how many megabytes? Fuck you.
We gotta do like a rip, rest in peace for all the big projects from the big IPs that have failed in different like what is it? Heroes of the Storm withered away, and you had.
Fuck you, Heroes of the Storm didn't fail.
I think that was arguably their best game in a while.
Yeah,
so.
Heroes of the Storm is literally the best game that they still have that hasn't been completely canned.
In my opinion. Canned. And then Valve had that card game, Artifact, and then
Artifact.
Portal.
I got invited to the Artifact 2.0 beta. Like
I did as well.
And they had these like placeholder cards. They're just like shittily like Microsoft Paint drawn cards, and they're like really cool. And
it was actually great.
Yeah, but then just
and then they finished making it. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Any SteamDeck news?
No, it's just Valve invited a bunch of press over to their offices, and so people got if you were looking for the news, there was hands on from like every major outlet.
Giant bomb had stuff.
Yeah, but there wasn't really anything that came out of it other than the fact that, like, hey, it's still dev hardware, and hey, we still don't have a dock. Here's our 4 L bracket USB-C adapters to dock it, and that was really it. But I don't know. Linus Tech Tips did a thing, and like he was pointing thermal cameras at it for like 4 minutes. It's pretty much all that came out of it from my experience. I don't know. Otherwise, a lot of the previews were generally very, very favorable. So we will see what happens.
I was listening to another podcast. There are no other podcasts. I shouldn't mention.
No,
yeah. I was listening to the wind fly past me, and they again brought up the conversation of the Switch and the Steam Deck, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, they're different.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be loving this one.
Yeah.
It's
the discourse is going to be great once it's finally out.
Exactly. And I'm like, listen, moms and kids are going to be buying the Switch.
Yeah,
moms and dads and kids. I don't say moms, grandparents and kids, parents and kids are going to be buying the Switch because it's got the Mario, it's got the Zeldas on there, it's got the Mario Karts. It's Mario.
And you can buy it at the store.
And you can buy it at the store. So
because we still have no idea if Steam is just relying on the actual Steam retail, like online, on the Steam store to sell all consoles.
Yeah.
If their hopes and dreams are to sell a shit ton of them in the multi-millions of units, I can't imagine that that's what does it. Personally,
I still feel like just selling it online is like almost like a beta.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's test the waters and see how it goes.
Honestly, like the way I look at it, if they sell like sell, not preview or not like pre-sale, $5 vouchers, whatever, 500K or more units, I think that is an extremely successful product launch from them, and we'll see if they get there.
Yeah.
Not to go backwards in the conversation too far, but you guys were right. There was a alpha test in April.
Okay. This year, April. Okay.
That's when there's a slew of videos on YouTube that are all around.
I
April
remember
20th.
The general consensus being that, it's perfectly fine. It's Diablo on a cell phone.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. In the same way that we played Pokemon Unite. It's like, it's pretty decent. It's a MOBA on the Switch with Pokemon. It's like, I'm playing a kind of light Diablo using touchscreen controls.
Yeah.
Okay.
But or I could just get Diablo 3 on my Switch.
Yeah.
There you
go. Just put Diablo 1 on the phone, and I think everyone would be okay.
Yeah. You already got a bunch of those games. You already have a ton of action RPGs on mobile.
Pay to play.
Whether they're pay to play, exactly. It's like here, pay the $9.99 and it's yours. All right, cool. It's perfect toilet gaming. Any other news that you guys got? I think that was basically it.
No.
All right, let's move into Okay, we're gonna do what we've been playing, but then after what we've been playing, I mentioned it in our Discord. I want you guys to come up with the 3 games that you're most excited about. The 3 announced games that have been that you're excited about. So,
what time range?
Whatever. Like, what are you most looking forward to? It's been announced.
I'm just gonna stick to this year.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
My dog. Why?
Before that, give me time to think, because I still got to think too. Even like come up with a stupid idea. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Who wants to go? I want to go to Zach. Zach, you don't want to go with? No. Yes. No?
Yeah, just go ahead. Okay, so last week I played Halo Infinite, which is surprisingly pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised at how it felt. It feels a lot like Halo 3. It's a lot more crunchier. Because Halo 5 and 4 are kind of like, I don't know. I say it feels like rubber. It's like
you can say bad. They weren't good.
No,
yeah,
it's not even bad. That it was. I mean, they're not. I mean, they were my favorite, but like, bad isn't necessarily. I don't think does it quite the job. Like, it was felt, at least to me, felt like the Call of Dutying of Halo games in the way that stuff, like just the way that everybody moved and the way that guns fired was just like, it felt like they were trying to go backwards.
Yeah, so like now it's like, because Halo went through this weird growth spurt where it's like you had these powers that you could do, like have a jetpack, have like go invisible, make a hologram, have a shield, or just like, and you could like pick whatever things that you wanted. And now they've kind of gone back to the Halo 3, Halo 2, where like powers are things on the map that you have to fight over. So it's pretty important when you hear the announcer say like, active camo will spawn in 10 seconds. Everyone knows where that active camo is. So it's pretty important to go fight over like where that's at. Every player has sprint. But the sprint really isn't even that fast. There's a video I saw someone comparing like the sprint speed and the walk speed is maybe like a second like faster to like run. So it really isn't that important yet. I hope they change it, but yes, but it just feels crunchier. Like you need to, in Halo, instead of being like spraying and praying like you would in Call of Duty, you have to be precise with your shots. So even with like the assault rifle, like you can spray, but then you would usually switch to like a pistol or switch to like your DMR, BR, and shoot the person's head. So it's kind of always a precision game. And it just feels back to what the core of the series is, especially with weapons spawning on the walls and stuff. Like, and they have set places instead of like in Halo 4 and 5 where you would drop weapons down. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. The hook shot thing is pretty sick. It's fun to like have someone across the map going for like assault rifle or like a DMR, and you're closer, like not closer, but you're further away, and you have your hook shot. You can just grab it from them and run. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, I saw a guy do it with a plasma sword, like a guy was running for it and stabbing him. So.
Is the hookshot thing just part of your inventory, or is it a pick-up-able item?
I think it's pick-upable. I'm not remembering, actually, which is on me for playing it 2 weeks ago. But, yeah.
No, I mean, this was the first time I didn't get to play in the flight, although I am signed up for the next one, so hopefully they test big team battle, because that's an important aspect of Halo for me. But this is the first time in a while that I've kind of seen like, a beta or like footage of a game. And I was like, oh man, like I would love to be in that right now and actually trying that out. 4 and 5 kind of fell off for me, especially 5 being able to, I mean, it wasn't pay to win. You got enough of those rec pack things, but it always felt weird to be like, okay, well, my team's losing, so hopefully my team will call in enough of their cards that we can actually make something happen here. And I just didn't find the movement of it to be acceptable enough isn't really the term that makes it sound more serious than it is, but didn't really feel comfortable enough, I guess, to make that sort of like arena game type that they like were using as the standard sort of battles for that to like flow correctly for me, I guess. So I'm glad it kind of is returning a little bit to how goofy Halo was, even though it like tried to take itself serious back in the day. Like all the announcer stuff, even the like combat evolved, like when you're using that I watched a lot of footage of this test flight. So seeing somebody hook shot like the gravity hammer and just immediately being able to turn around and wipe out like half of a team, like that just feels like Halo. So I'm definitely excited to try it out, and God, I just pray that it comes out this year.
It's so I really like how strafing is back, because it kind of went to the wayside, and I think like Apex Legends being as big as it is and strafing being as important in that game as a competitive game probably helped 343 say, hey, like people don't think strafing is goofy, because on like a base level, strafing is just straight up goofy. Like you're just like, but when you have like a strafe pattern, you have a way to move. Like it's so cool to predict a person's strafe pattern and like be able to like have the heart of the cards be like ding and like shoot them down. So I'm really digging it. It reminds me of when I was like 13 playing Xbox Live and having those matches where I'm stomping people like 20 to 30. And then like the next round I'm getting stomped because there's like no like big comeback mechanic, because it's really skill based, which is what I like. I
still remember my best game, my best match of Halo 3 that I ever played. Like that's, I don't know, that's just what Halo did to me.
On that one map, the green one with like the little circle in the center and like the grav hammer on the right with the bubble shield, that was the best map. I forgot what it's called. It might be called Guardian. Is that what it's called? I don't know. But that was my favorite. That was my favorite map. But yeah, I just love Halo, and I'm glad it's back, and I'm glad it's gonna be free to play. Like I don't even have to buy the campaign to play this. I used to be like, I'm just gonna download it and play it and see how that goes. And their battle pass stuff is pretty cool too. Like you don't have to buy it. You still get good stuff. There's no like it's more like a Fortnite pass, which is probably the best way to do it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, and I'm glad 343 pulled something through, because they've been kind of falling.
Missing.
Yeah, they've been kind of missing recently. So yeah, hopefully the story is good, because I actually like the Halo story, but
I love how dumb it is. That's great.
After 5, my expectations somehow got lower.
I actually still have to finish the campaign of 5. I have not.
You were invested in the Halo cinematic universe they tried to create with that game?
Oh yeah, the little mini series and like
Until Dawn. I think
that was the saddest part about 4. Was when they were like, it looked like they were going to do something big with it, and then they released 3 extra episodes. It's like, okay, that's good.
Have you guys seen the Halo anime that came out, like Halo Legends little like shorts? They did. That was sick.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's actually it's some of the best Halo media that there is. 100%.
The other game, I mean, the one game I've been wanting to play, I just haven't sat down to play. I've been wanting to play Dodgeball Academia like all week.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, I got you.
I just haven't sat down to play it. I've been busy, so I've been playing a bunch of like phone games and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been kind of lax this week. I've been watching a lot of TV, just chilling. So this gamer is gamered out.
This gamer is gamered out.
All right, so what are your upcomings then?
Dolly, do you have YouTube up or something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
My first one is Eastward. It is a game I've had my eye on for 5 years now. It's by one dude. And it's like a 2-person top-down, like story-driven pixel game. It's pretty gorgeous looking. It's got some fun little action parts, little puzzles. It's kind of like The Last of Us-ish, like where you can switch between characters and their story stuff that happens. Not a lot has been revealed about the story, which is cool. But it's gorgeous. It's really pretty. He just got picked up. Good. He just got picked up by Chucklefish to help him finish it. It's supposedly coming out this year, fingers crossed. But yeah, it has a very like Earthbound feel look to it. I think the devs from China too, which is cool. Yeah, it just has this cool aesthetic that other games don't really bring to the table.
Not for nothing. Does anybody else remember the I mean, it was Chucklefish published. The one where it was like the Wizard School one.
Yeah.
What happened to that game?
You're still working on it, dude. It's probably still just. I mean, like it was like 2 years ago, right? Like
longer, I think.
Whatever. I mean, it might just be just him too.
I don't
doing
know.
It. But yeah, dude, this game looks sick. I'm really excited for it. My second is I got some windows open. I'm trying to choose. My second is I guess Gloomwood would be my second. Gloomwood is like it's by the New Blood, it's published by them, but it's by the guys who did Dusk, which is two guys, David and Dylan. It's just two dudes who made Dusk, which is probably one of the best first-person shooter games in the last like decade. They're really cool, and it's like a Thief-like game. It's like a Thief kind of Bloodborne aesthetic of feeling, very like first-person sim type of game that we don't get anymore, like games from the late 90s, like Thief. But yeah, it's super sick. It has a cool item management system where you have a briefcase. You have to pull it out. It has like the attached case, like a RE4, so you gotta like move stuff around and organize. And it's first person stealth, which is like probably my favorite, one of my favorite like gameplay genres. So I'm just excited for this game. It looks sick. Like, man, and it feels good to play too. Yeah, there's a demo. I'm staring at the download demo button. Yeah, it's called the New Blood director Dave Oshry calls it Bloodborne with Guns, which is the website. So just go to bloodbornewithguns.com and it'll lead you there. So yeah, that's my second. Anything by New Blood is probably going to end up being good. So just pick up anything.
New Blood is great stuff.
Yeah. And then my last game is called The Dungeon Experience. This is a game that needs to be seen.
Oh my God.
No one's ever heard of it, but it's something that I've been keeping in my pocket for a bit. So basically, The Dungeon Experience is it's like a first person story narrative game where you are like a hero going through like a dungeon, and it's like a dungeon ran by like a level 1 like mud crab, and it's like a comedy game. There's a lot of like fantasy comedy in there that's really cool, like Adventure Time, kind of like weird, like acid trippy stuff. And it's something that you need to see, which I'm waiting for Dolly to look it up right now on YouTube.
Find it. I'm looking for it.
Let's see.
Still looking.
Dude, it's so cool. I'll read the Steam page for you. Visit the Dungeon Experience, a thrilling world of high fantasy run by me, a level 1 mud crab turned entrepreneur. Put your real world responsibilities on hold with a first person guided adventure.
Wait, this is it?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This is
a sick ass game right here.
Dude, it's so sick. Look. It's a guided tour experience.
This is an incredibly SideQuest game.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh.
Yep. It's got fonts too.
Fonts, baby.
There he is. That's the level 1 crab is directing your tour. It says, be prepared to spend roughly 2 hours during your immersive first-person guided tour in our dungeon. I'll provide some light snacks and liquids, primarily crab juice. I'll not be responsible for any dehydration, so it is in agreement upon entry to drink the juice. Yeah, that's kind of like my secret. Like this, if it comes out this year, it'll be like something I talk about annoyingly for a bit. So,
all right. Whew, totally. This looks, yeah. This is exactly what I'd expect you to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is totally cool. Good stuff. Awesome. Good job. Good job. Well, I'm gonna really quickly talk about what I've been playing, but I gotta show you guys what I've been playing. So
all right.
I'm gonna share my screen. All right. When I first let me preface this by saying when I first got the info for this game, they said, keep this. Don't let too many people know about this because they hadn't quite announced it yet, and it's a funny sounding name and idea, but there's heart behind it. So, let me know if you guys can hear the music. Hopefully, you can't hear it. You can't hear the music? Okay, good. The game is called Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League.
It's Taylor.
It's Taylor. Oh, shit.
No,
okay.
I'm not retired.
Yeah.
However, he does play nude men's volleyball.
He totally does, yep.
Of course, Corey is very excited about this game.
I will say I've also been playing this. I've only gotten through chapter 1. As I see the chapter loss up there. Wow.
I got lost. So the problem was I wasn't playing with a controller. I was playing with the keys. And
I can tell you the controller doesn't help that much.
I know. Okay. Now my controller's flipping on anyways. Okay, I'm gonna use the keys here. All right. We'll select it. So what this game is when you play it, and look at graphics.
This looks sick.
You play this guy named Len, and he's this older dude. He's retired, and he keeps meeting these different players, right? These different people that he's playing against, and every single one of them seems to know him, but he doesn't remember them. And so, see, I'm driving. You can actually die driving this car. You can crash into other, which is really funny. It's so funny. It says, "Oh, Len died," and goes into a screen where the volleyball ref from your volleyball league has to gather all the different players and say, "We have some terrible news. Len has died." So
is he Winnie the Poohing it when he says that to you too?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, so he says, "Should I think about his crush or don't think, just drive?" Let's talk about the crush. I think about people like Steve sometimes.
We got to go faster because you're distracted.
I know, and I'm like, the car is going exactly. So, and you can slow down, but then it automatically starts moving really fast. So he's talking about experiences. This is basically him talking to himself. Is this portion? I should keep driving. So you get to the Seekonk, is this place that you get to play volleyball. There's the ref. Want to know the key to winning? What should we select here? Let's do strong offense, defense. Oh, none of those things, fucker. What is it? Volleyball hands. Okay, cool. I'm gonna skip through this real quick, just so I don't ruin the story for you guys. So this is made by like 1 or 2 people. I'm playing against Wiley in this match. So here's Wiley. And so again, the premise is you're playing volleyball in the nude. There we are. Beautiful game. As you play these matches, you're not really meant to win. Yes, Goaty, Corey, definitely. You're not necessarily meant to win these matches. It's about how you interact. It's like, okay, hi. What's going on? And so, like these characters will interact with each other.
It's like the duel. It's like the duels from Monkey Island. It's
yes, yeah. So it's like, okay, he's gonna. Oh, there you go.
Mhm.
The voice acting is really funny.
This game looks so cool.
Look at that.
Is it like a built-in CRT effect?
Yes.
It's actually a pretty good, decent, well done effect for CRT.
Yeah, right. So you go through this game, through these matches, and you're supposed to go through the league and play against these other retired
Jesus,
dudes.
Deli.
Yeah, I'm very, very bad at this. There you go. Yeah, buddy. This is awesome. Kid Corey's ripping me apart. It doesn't quite matter how you hit the ball in certain areas.
Like,
that was bullshit. He did.
No, yeah, but you got it. He hit it out. Congrats.
He
He came under the net and just saved you.
Same spot every time.
What ends up
He's exploiting your weakness.
He really is.
Oh my god, you got dude.
Wildly relaxed. He scored. I'm trying to see if I can exit. Yeah.
I like that there's no like crowd. It's just two nude guys and a referee. Just.
All right, and the game locked up. Of course, it locked up. All right. Crap.
The true nude volleyball experience.
The true volleyball. You can see there are some issues there. So of course I hit the cancel button there. The really interesting thing about this game, so you go through these matches and you're facing off against these other guys in this league. I think there's like 6 matches or 7 matches or something. They're called chapters. And some of the dudes remember you, but you don't remember them at all. What ends up happening is that you have dementia, right? Your character has dementia. And he's starting to forget people. And this game that you're playing is actually the game that this guy Len has made in his spare time. And it's I really wish I could show it because it's a meta. It's essentially a game within a game.
And I would prefer if you describe no more to me, so that I can experience the rest of it to myself.
Yeah, and you totally should. You actually should.
Sounds really cool.
It's really heartfelt because you're playing a game within a game. When you exit out of there, I'm gonna see if this will load up just so I can show it. You actually get to a computer home screen, and the computer home screen it shows like all the notes that Len has been writing to himself. You can access email that he's been writing with his granddaughter. You come to find out like there's a lot of family issues and stuff that's happening. He's starting to order things. He's trying to get onto like silver singles and that kind of stuff. It's really interesting from that standpoint.
Taylor said, "I told you I don't want to hear any fucking else about it."
But yeah, okay, I'll shut down. But it's really interesting from that standpoint. It's the volleyball aspect there's a whole meta story behind why there's volleyball involved and why he's these characters remember the guy, he doesn't, and but you only figure that out as you keep playing. So I went through 3 chapters there. I'm stupidly interested in this. I thought it was going to be a joke because shower with your dad and all those stupid simulator games. Yeah. No, there's actually something to this, and having family members that have gone through dementia really recently, and how that can be kind of devastating, and how that interacts with what that causes from your family to interact with people. It's fascinating. It's a fascinating look at what a terrible disease and terrible affliction is not enough of us talk about or understand really how that relates to people. So yeah, retired men's naked volleyball league, whatever it's called. I would, if you're interested in kind of getting some deep psychological stuff, definitely check it out. There's
cool. It's in this month's Humble Bundle.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, yeah, and it's also added to the Humble Trove now too. So if you don't get it this month and you're a subscriber later, you'll be able to check it out there.
Yep. I guess if we're gonna talk about the games that we want now, that's fine too. I'm gonna throw in Breath of the Wild 2. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
I knew it.
I'm throwing that in there. Because it just looks so fucking cool. And I'm also going to mention Sable, because Sable looks kind of badass.
Sable looks cool.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to come out this year.
It's been saying that for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I started thinking about like what other games are there that I've actually seen gameplay of? And there hasn't been a lot, sadly. I mean, there's some, but I think weirdly, I think just indies in general are things that I'm kind of interested in. The thing that I like to do is like with the Switch, and maybe the Steam Deck, this will happen as well. But with the Switch, I'll just kind of sit back and I'll be playing Animal Crossing or something, and then I'll just while I'm holding the console, I'll think, well, shit, there's I wonder if there's anything on sale right now. I bet you there's something cool on sale, and I'll just hop into this. I'll like literally minimize the screen, open the eShop, and I'll just scroll through all the indies that are on sale. It's like, oh crap, there's such and such game that I didn't even know it was on sale. I just picked one up. My Switch is in the other room. I just picked one up that was, or I'm sorry, what was the? Shit, yeah, whatever. I picked up an indie just on a whim because I was holding the Switch playing a Mario Golf or one of the Zelda, I think Age of Calamity for some reason the other day, and I thought, let me check this out, and I bought an indie game, and I think that's what really excites me about indies in general is just quick access on all the different shops, and especially when they go on sale, it's like immediately, you're playing a AAA game, and then the next thing you know, you're hopping into an indie. So yeah,
the thing that's cool about indies is how they don't stick to like a release schedule.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You could be like you could get an indie game that you're excited to play every day of the week if you wanted to.
Yep.
Yep. So
or like next to nothing. Who wants to talk about what they've been playing next?
I've got two things.
Let's do it, JJ.
One thing, and everything else is old, I guess. Because
what's old is new, my friend.
Yeah, I got back into Wreckfest.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah!
Wreckfest is such a fucking and they've got that new Carmageddon bullshit.
Okay.
So just it's an excuse to get back into Wreckfest. I don't know.
Is that
obviously,
the PS5 game?
It's everything. It's on everywhere. I've been playing it on PC. It's on
First release
Games
in
Pass.
2018.
Yeah, it was like a Kickstarter game. It's from the people that did the original Flat Out games.
If I wasn't already in Steam and just searched it, I would never have known that.
Yeah, it was.
I want to make it clear.
It was called the Next Car.
Right now.
Yeah, it was called the Next Car game for a good. Like even when it launched, it was still the Next Car game. But it's just. It's a fucking great racing game. It is a demolition derby game. It's got Steam Workshop support. It's got races. It's got demo derbies. It's got shit that smashing while you're racing. Try to be the last man standing. All that good stuff. Great.
Dude, that guy's dead.
Yeah, great physics on the cars. It's such a fun fucking racing game. And you can get it for cheap all the time now. Like I said, it's on Games Pass. It's on.
Sorry, I only play Gran Turismo.
It's great on PC because it also has like workshop support, so you can get like cool car skins and mods and shit. Mm-hmm. People are making tracks and other cars and things. It's great.
It's also on Game Pass cloud streaming as well.
Yes, so, yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, just a really great, solid, fun,
nice
racing game. I've I feel bad saying this because everyone will make fun of me, but I'm back into the Avengers game again. So
yes, getting ready for Wakanda.
Ready for Wakanda, grinding those fucking levels, get more.
I was tempted to try this game during that free weekend period. I was like, maybe this one, maybe it'll. Well,
I love it. I'm going to a peek behind the curtain on this one. I've been playing it on PC with a trainer running in the background, so I can just grind my way through this bullshit that I did on the PS4 version. And guess what? Even if you're cheating your ass off, you still aren't getting jack shit in this game. Like, it's the greatest thing. It's just like, boy, that's how like built into the system their bullshit is. It's like, I max leveled the Hulk and I still don't have jack shit. I got nothing. I've got nothing. He's got no costumes. He's got nothing.
Nasty.
But yeah, I don't care. Who the fuck am I? I'm just sitting there. But I don't know. It's a bad game, but also I love it. It's the same reason why I'm excited for that Guardians of the Galaxy game, because I know it's not going to be a good game, but at the same time, I know it's going to speak to me in a deep.
Looks better than the Avengers.
It does. Ooh. It does. I know it's going to speak to me in a deep level. So, I am a person that went to a comic show this weekend and like spent. I'm not going to say how much I spent at a comic book show. Yeah. But just waiting for that Wakanda expansion. At least the expansions are story. Like they're not bullshit. It's not like it's not like just here's some more missions. It's actually like, oh, there's story content.
And it's free, right?
It's free. The only thing that costs money, you plop down $10 for that character's hero card, which is just to unlock more costumes and other stuff. So you don't need to, especially when they give you like the best Hawkeye costume like out of the gate. So there's no reason to spend the $10 on Hawkeye in particular. But
aesthetically, I don't want to look at any of those like outfits.
Yeah, and they've been doing this weird. They've been doing this weird fucking thing where they're doing like absurd outfits lately. Like here's one where it looks like they're like with like their suits are made of lava and they're animated with like flowing lava designs and stuff, and like ones that make them look like they're in Tron, which is pretty fucking cool. But also like, you know, if you want every character to match, it's like, you know, $30. You know, like fuck you, no way.
Well, they're probably still better than Apex Legends skins because all those are so shitty.
Yeah. But you know, but the main core characters, you don't have to pay for the hero card. It's included with the core game, and it's really, you have to really play the hell out of that game to get anything for any, and it doesn't like work across all the. You have to choose Iron Man and do all of the Iron Man bullshit to unlock Iron Man stuff, and you have to do it for every single character, and it's not worth it. Not worth the time. But I just like playing it. There's something very satisfying about just being like Thor and just wrecking house of an AIM place and just call it a night. Who knows when the Spider-Man shit's coming? I'm assuming never at this point.
Dude, it's mesmerizing. Yeah. How well they've managed to just screw the pooch on
this whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that is Sony and how much of that is actually Square.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
What if they just been holding off for the multiverse stuff to make it like make sense?
Then they launched the game too early.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be.
They kind of did.
Yeah. I mean, let's be reasonable here. They did launch this game way too early. But maybe I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for something. Maybe there's some sort of Spider-Man thing in the wings that they just are waiting for. Maybe something Spider-Man. I doubt it, but who knows? You never really know with this bullshit. But still, the only new thing I've been playing is the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive Picross game on the Switch. So. Do you like Sega properties? Do you like looking at pixel art of Sega properties? Do you like Picross? Well, guess what? For $10, you can do all of that.
Is there any Sonic stuff in there?
Absolutely. The third. I thought for sure the first puzzle was going to be a ring, but I was.
He's hooked. We got.
It takes three puzzles until you get to Sonic.
I don't think I've ever played a good Sonic game. I think I've said this before, but
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic Mania. Those are the two good Sonic games.
True. Not arguing there.
And anyone that says Sonic Spinball is a good game is a fucking liar. But
Sonic Spinball was a novelty. Like there was nothing else that truly kind of captured it.
Yeah, it was
in the same way.
Definitely, yeah, it was definitely of its time and would never ever like. People have made pinball games since then that have been exponentially better. Pokemon Pinball was a better adaptation.
Pokemon Pinball was good.
Yeah, that Metroid Pinball game was fucking great.
Yeah, it was.
Yo,
trying to get a hold of it, man. It's impossible.
Yeah.
The price is so high.
There's a pinball gotcha game coming out in September.
No, don't
called
called
World Flipper, and it's got the gotcha like fighting and like leveling up characters, but it's all like pinball mechanics and stuff. It's pretty established in Japan, so if you want to like look it up, you can. But it's coming over here soon.
I could just get the Universal Pinball FX pack that just came out that has like Jurassic Park and
Anime Girls.
Anime Girls, anime. No,
gross. No way.
Yeah. Now are the pinballs like Anime Girls or the flippers? And what is going on with it?
It's the characters are the balls, and the balls are flying around and they're doing stuff and like comboing off of each other. Kind of
like that horse racing one where actual Japanese race horses get reincarnated as horse girls.
Dude, did you hear the story about the Yakuza in that game? Like, that game came out in Japan and it became like the most like grossing game in Japan, like overnight.
Yeah.
And then it's like people are drawing fan art of these horses, and the Yakuza are showing up at their houses like, you can't draw these pictures. Like, these are our horses. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
because the thing that gets lost on a lot of people are that the horses in that are real horses.
Real horses, yeah.
The whole point was when they die, they get reincarnated as anime racing girls. So there you go. Japan, baby.
Japan.
Yeah. Let's see. What am I looking forward to?
Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid Dread, obviously. Okay. Obviously, Metroid Dread. We don't need to play the trailer for that. We've talked about Metroid Dread ad nauseum. I Expect You to Die 2. I'm looking forward to that one. That's an early sort of like multi-platform VR game that sort of takes you into like a James Bond style world where you're solving puzzles to like break out of a car in a hangar or what, doing spy shit like in a thing. And so the sequel comes out, I think it might be this month. I forget now at this point, but I'm very, very, very looking forward to I Expect You to Die 2. I really, really, really like the first one. That was the first VR game I played that actually felt like it earned the VR sort of like treatment. It like being a James Bond style character and solving these puzzles really did it for me. I will probably even like talk about it more when it comes out probably this year. What's a weird one that I'm excited for? I don't want to do something like Forza. I mean, obviously I'm excited for Forza, but that's
Zelda.
Zelda, yes. I'm always looking forward to Zelda. Maybe you want to know a
small indie title.
Yeah, small indie title that Nintendo, this little indie dev. You know what? I think I'll go with because I just want to see more of it, and they've announced some cool stuff for it, and I think it comes out next month. But that fucking Hot Wheels game looks cool. You're muted, Dally.
That is an extremely JJ take.
It looks like a fun racing game, and they're shoving all kinds of like movie cars in it. It's got like the party wagon from Ninja Turtles and Kit from Knight Rider. The Batmobile is in it and all this shit. I'm just like, I like a good racing game. This looks like a good racing game. Like the gameplay footage of it looks like it actually could be something. Like Hot Wheels seems to be sort of serious about it. Like they were very serious about that Forza shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that Forza stuff was like really cool.
Yeah, it was like really the sort of crossover stuff that like the Hot Wheels stuff and the Lego stuff was all very good in Forza. So I don't know who's developing it. Milestone, huh? I don't know who the fuck that is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I will say one of my favorite games on the N64 was a RC car racing game. I forget.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember what it was called.
RC Pro-Am?
No. Because all the tracks.
Yeah, the Micro Machines game was fucking cool.
Might have been that.
Dude,
it was all the tracks were like in residential areas or like in a backyard, and like so like it was intentionally meant, like, I don't know, as a kid it felt fucking sick.
Hey, Taylor. So in Yakuza 0, there's a whole side game built around competing in tournaments of like micro like machine RC cars. You could like build and like compete in tournaments and like customize your cars. So I'm pretty sure
I'll play Yakuza.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Now that all of them are on Games Pass, I will do it one day.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking at what games this company has worked on, and it's like, all right, they did the ride games and the MotoGP games, and so a decent history of racing stuff. So yeah, I kind of like the silly like playhouse bullshit that some of these games do sometimes. So that's why, So I'm looking forward to that. And I already talked about Guardians of the Galaxy earlier, and I don't need to make a whole segment about that. We don't need to see the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy. We spent an hour and a half at the Square thing. So
E3, go watch Square's E3 announcements if you want us to watch any details on that.
They showed you all of Guardians of the Galaxy.
The whole game is on. Well, they didn't show you flirting with Lady what's her face.
Oh yeah, Hellbender or whatever. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Bad character design.
Even the character in the comic book doesn't have a particularly great design, so it's good for what they had to work with.
Yeah. Well, let's go to. We haven't heard from Sam in ages.
You still there, Sam? You alive?
Hello. Yes. Sorry, I've been Googling furiously for a game that came into my mind off of something you said. And for the love of everything holy, I cannot find this game. It might not exist, and I may have made it up.
And some sort of fever dream you made up. Weird, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get there when I'm talking about upcoming games. But yeah, I mean, it's been forever since I've been on here, so. Yeah. I mean, I've played a lot, but I'll keep it to the stuff that I've actually maybe invested more than an hour in. I did also, Impact. So Genshin Impact's on there. I don't remember if we talked about the update, the big 2.0 update that happened. Basically, brand new region, brand new evolution of the story that's in there. A cool character that can pull a lightning sword out of her chest, you know?
Oh, yeah. That one's been making the rounds.
Yeah, and once in a month from now, when everybody can pull for her and spend loads of money on Primo gems, be looking out for that, and everybody talking about wanting them. I mean, it's Genshin Impact continues to stay cool. They committed basically to saying, like, hey, we've got, like, how many they got now? 3. We've got 4 more regions to go in this game, and it won't be out for another 4 years. So I hope you're along for the ride. Before that, they committed to 10 years worth of content. So can't wait to be on this podcast in 2031 and talking about Genshin Impact still. So look forward to that. You should play Genshin Impact. The other thing that I think maybe you shouldn't play is Pokemon Unite.
We have a hater. We
don't have a hater. We have it hurts when you play a MOBA and for some reason you're playing ranked games and people still don't know how you play the MOBA. And then also with the other team has like gear that's spec'd beyond belief and you're somehow expected to just play against them.
Sam, have you seen this one yet where you get into a ranked game and it turns out that everybody, or at the very least, all of your opponents are just bots?
No, I have not seen that.
They do that as well.
Are just bots.
Do they? Oh,
yeah. So like, if at the end game screen you cannot interact with and add the players as a friend at the end score screen, then that has, or at least this is what I've read on internet forums, that indicates that you were populated with bots in the game.
So that's where all my wins are from, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
probably.
I'm also upset that they did my boy Bulbasaur and Ivysaur and Venusaur dirty by making him fucking useless. Just a bad character overall. You would think he's a tank, but he's like somehow damage. I don't know. It makes no sense.
He would be fine as damage if he was just good.
Yeah,
he's not.
And no amount of free Hawaiian T-shirt for Venusaur will make me want to choose him as a character. I will say that my main currently is Aloha Ninetales. I think is that one.
Yeah,
Yes,
Bally's favorite.
Alolan. Yeah.
Bally hates that character.
Oh, why do you hate that character?
Because he doesn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
No, what I mean, you can choose any of the abilities and be good. Like it's not. That's like one of the
Not
easiest
me,
characters.
dude. You know who you're talking to?
Dude, you put up that ice ball behind people, and they go, "I don't know how to move in this game," and you stand there. Plus, you get that every what is it? 3 hits on them does the extra ice ball that slows them down.
Yeah.
Plus, then randomly you'll just drop icicles out of the sky. Character's OP. What do you mean you don't know how to play?
Yeah, that character's busted.
Yeah, it broke. Yeah, I
Do you
mean,
know the healing trick in that game? Have you figured out
what you have a potion and everybody chases you, and then you flash the potion, and they're like, "How'd they get that much health?" And then your entire team jumps on them because that happens way more than it should.
That happens more. No, if you instead of you don't sit in the goal, you just kind of circle in and out of it, because as soon as you activate the force field to pop up when you hit the goal, that's when you get your most HP. So you just bop out and then jump back in and activate that force field again. You'll get it faster than if you just stand in the goal zone. There you go.
Is this your first MOBA?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it is. It really is.
Because I feel like I'm like, I mean, yeah.
Have you not? You haven't been
all
on
the
last
MOBA
month.
players out there. We're just like, yeah, dude. Like, you never stand still.
Nope. That's my first MOBA. Yeah.
Do you know what a skill shot is?
So what else are you playing?
I also, to top it off, because it's just my brand on here, I did my yearly playthrough of Star Fox 64, this time on the Nintendo 3DS, trying to play the 3D version. I back up my original statement I think I made on this show, which is the draw distance is too good on the 3DS version. So I'm going to return to probably playing it on the N64 moving forward. Also would like to say that I can still, by memory, go any route I want to in that game, including my favorite level, which is the level that is definitely just a ripoff of Independence Day. And Gary and Fox have like cool, like, hey man, remember when we were in the academy together? Conversations, and it's still maybe the best game in our best level in video games. Yeah, so Star Fox 64 remains to be a good game, and I don't recommend playing anything else in the series. Haven't
so
tried Star
ridiculous.
Fox Command yet.
It's so ridiculous how bad all Star Fox is.
Yeah, it's true.
It's you know, I didn't realize how bad some of the like. It's not bad. It's just obviously the sort of shortcuts to development, and by shortcuts I mean just like obviously the N64 wasn't a very strong system, but that's just some of the like different ways to minimize the amount of artwork you had to do in that game. The 3DS version really shows off some of that stuff, including that opening sequence, which I remember being the coolest thing ever growing up as a kid, when Fox is like checking in with everybody right at the front of the game of the first level there. If you watch that cutscene, you notice that none of them have bodies. It is just their heads floating in a texture that's supposed to be like the underside of the ship. So it's just their head. They only animate their head. And it is insane. I thought I was going crazy. I had to load up the N64 game to make sure that's how that actually looked. And sure enough, man, what a great series that I never recommend to anybody to play. So upcoming games. On a more exciting note, so the first one is the game that I cannot find and may not exist, but is an indie game that's sort of like wireframey, and I believe the premise is you are playing as like an antivirus inside of a PC. I know I'm just describing Tron. You're playing as an antivirus that's like slowly gaining abilities as it gains like access to different parts of the computer. And I swear it exists. And it's like a third-person action game. The main character is red, and you have like a blaster in your hand. I swear that they mentioned it was coming to PlayStation. I'm like 3 months back on the PlayStation blog right now because I swear there's an article about it, but I cannot find it, and I will continue to search for the rest of this show, and I'll bring it up if I can find it before the end.
It's playing Tron 2.0 on GOG.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure that, like, I was, like, searching it into Google, and it's like, oh, did you mean this game? That's, like, antivirus from, like, 2013 on Steam. I'm like, absolutely not. So if I find it, I'll continue talking about it. But then other stuff that I feel like we've already talked about. We talked about Sable. We talked about Halo Infinite. And, I mean, Forza is just, hey, do you like cars? Because guess what? Forza Horizon 5 is going to be pretty cool. They released the map today online, or at least the summer map. It seems like they're also going to do seasonal stuff like they did in the last Forza game. So really the only game I want to talk about upcoming, other than the one that doesn't exist, is Solar Ash. It is the next game from the guys that made Hyper Light Drifter. I've talked many times on this podcast about how movement is probably the most important thing in a game for me. And Solar Ash is just, you're basically sliding around that entire game and grinding off of things and just having cool momentum-based puzzles and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. It basically looks like a 3D version of Hyper Light Drifter. The character even has a flowy scarf the same way, the same sort of like pastel muted color palette. I know pastel and muted together doesn't really fit, but looking at that, it makes sense. And I'm just kind of excited. Same thing with Sable. I really enjoy a lot of games where you're sort of exploring a world and it doesn't really tell you much about that world, and you can kind of piece it together with yourself. While also being cool to look at, and just being enjoyable to move around the space. I was never really big into Skyrim or any of those big sort of open world games, because it always felt like, you know, even though you're kind of setting your own path, they kind of like define what your experience is in that game. You know, you're experiencing a world, but it's setting up that world for you, where Breath of the Wild did this very well of like, okay, yeah, I mean, you know, Zelda, but like you could basically just infer about what sort of happened in these environments, because it never directly tells you about, now it tells you some stuff, but not exactly. Like, you know, you go to a mine, or you go to this area and there's walls falling down, and you know there's plant life growing over here but not over here, and you're kind of left to your own interpretations of what's going on. And I think Solar Ash and Sable are going to both do that very well this year. I'm also interested in, it's already out, but something like Pathless, or The Pathless.
Oh, sure. Pathless.
Yeah, it's that same sort of like, you know, you're just given a really cool way of moving about the environment. It's up to you to kind of explore it as much as you want to, and kind of come up with your own conclusions of some of the stuff you're seeing. So yeah, I will continue my search of that game that doesn't exist, and hopefully get back to you guys by the end of the podcast.
Hey, Sam, there's a game called Haven. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's by the Fury developers.
Yeah.
And it has some cool movement-based gameplay.
Haven was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you should check that out. Yeah, it's really good. I like the story
Haven,
a lot.
yes, yeah. I remember playing a demo of that. That's the one where you're like two partners and it's exploring like their story.
Yeah.
Did that come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been out for a while.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on game. Okay, well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be checking that game out before the next time I'm on this podcast. So
Sweet. Well, last but not least is Taylor.
All right.
Legend.
I've been playing Dodgeball Hero Academia.
Dodgeball.
I got
My Dodgeball Academia.
I got a brand new 3000 series graphics card and played Dodgeball Hero. Yeah, that's a good game. It still is good. The demo is exactly what the entire game is. And so if you play the demo, it's like, wow, I would play this if the whole game was like this. Good news. It is. I mean, it's just exactly what the demo was. It's just there's a little bit more of a linear scale of leveling up and As you would expect, there's more other people that are going to join
This game is so good, dude.
That are going to join your team.
I love the aesthetic of this game.
Yeah, I mean they nailed every part of it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Bam.
The dodgeball that ended the dodgeball wars.
The dodgeball ended the dodgeball wars. It powers the school because it spins in perpetuity. And you have to feed. So like you have like there's like a relationship system too, which is kind of neat. Where you gotta like feed your friends like certain foods that they like. So like when you're like leveling, so like when your HP is down, it's like I need to heal my dude. Is like they won't eat this food, so I need to find something for this person to eat because I need to heal them, but they won't eat this candy bar.
Yeah,
I need to find
if you give them food that they don't like, then they basically just don't heal.
Yeah. So you have to find like food that it's a cool like twist on that. Like, oh, I should have 1,000 potions. Like, no, you gotta have some chocolate bars, some fruit, some like soda. Like, yeah.
It's
and
good.
The story is neat too. The story is actually not bad for.
No, the story's not bad. It's
it's the Micro Machines fast talking guy over there in this trailer. Let's see what he's up to these days.
The game I was talking about on the N64 was Revolt.
Revolt, hell yeah, that's right. Revolt was cool.
the best RC car racing game on the Nintendo 64.
No, dude, the best game on the N64 was Snowboard Kids 2. And
hell yeah, it was.
That's awesome. Best game on the N64. I said best RC car racing.
I'm just saying the best game in general was Snowboard Kids 2.
Beetle.
Pretty sure that's also wrong.
Yeah. Beetle Adventure Racing.
The best racing game, the best RC car racing game was Snowboard Kids 2.
No, that's the best game, period. Like, that game is so good. Oh, man.
It's $32.99 on Amazon right now, and you guys got me tempted. Mostly because I
For Snowboard Kids 2?
Yeah. I just ordered the N64 slash SNES adapter to HDMI converter.
Cool, those suck.
It's $22. I'm like, it's 5 copies.
Yeah. I mean, it only sucks if you take things very, very, very seriously. If you're playing Super Smash Brothers, you'll notice something. If you're just playing fucking Snowboard Kids 2, you'd probably be okay. 1080 snowboarding.
1080 snowboarding.
Anyways,
let's
Taylor,
see.
Sorry.
So I feel like I spent the majority of my time like going through the NVIDIA GeForce experience and like making it rescale all of my graphics options for the rest of the games in my library. So I have to go back on things such as Death Stranding. I did boot up No Man's Sky. And it was weird watching as the temps on my GPU and CPU didn't go above 60 degrees, which did not happen. Did not happen before. And the one game that did still put my temps up was Horizon Zero Dawn. So, but I do want to go back and give that a shot too, because it is less optimized in some of those other games. Still is, even after updates since it was released. But anyway, that's all I've been playing. So games we're looking forward to. Metroid Dread, already done talked about it.
Zelda.
No. I mean, I'm gonna buy it, but like that's not really on my list.
Pokemon Shining Diamond is
it's Arceus.
Arceus.
Ooh, there's a rumor. There's a rumor that Arceus got delayed. By the way,
it is probably the best thing that could happen for the
I've seen that rumor pop up as well. Yep.
Hopefully, we can only hope.
A good friend
for
of
the
ours,
sake of everybody that wants to
90 or 69, whatever. She's the team.
She confirmed it. Okay.
She's saying that there's a big Pokemon delay. Anyways,
Hollow Knight Silksong.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's way up. That's way up there for me.
I forgot about that entirely until this very second.
Since the theme going from my choices so far, And honestly, one of the other ones, we haven't really gotten much from it, and it's very this one's my far out choice. After I got Game Pass, I went on like a little spree to be like, hey, what games have I missed? And I played.
Can I guess what your choice is going to be?
Yeah, go for it.
Atomic Heart.
No.
Way off.
No. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Oh,
and that game is, I don't know, that goes in the category of like special game that takes the gameplay that you've played before and turns it into something that you haven't. And even if they just keep doing that with Senua Saga, that's a game that I'm still excited to play when it comes out. And
they just announced that the original is like they jacked up the performance like nicely for the series.
Free delivery optimization. Thank you, Xbox, not making me pay $20 for an upgrade of a game I already own. Thank you.
I can't believe that Xbox is just out here giving away upgrade. Like, that's crazy.
What are they doing?
What are they doing?
Except it does cost me $10 to upgrade Wreckfest on the Xbox, which is fucking bullshit. But I
am also like very interested in Atomic Heart, and that should probably be mentioned on the podcast.
I had a feeling that you're going to say it. So
there's a lot of very, very cool games that are taking their time as they should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Atomic Heart looks so fucking cool.
Yeah, pull up the Atomic Heart. Didn't they do a trailer?
Yep.
Yeah, they did a new trailer that was like even crazier than it was before.
Yeah, they had one in June.
Yeah, because before I thought it was like, oh, it's like a Pathologic 2 like stalker game, and now it's like it's a weird comedy sci-fi like.
Oh, there we go, Zach. We didn't talk about what we're really excited for, and that's Abandoned.
Oh yeah,
Abandoned.
Kojima's next game.
Abandoned. That isn't that app thing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what else I'm excited for? 12 minutes. I'm excited for that.
I am really excited about 12 minutes.
12 minutes does look cool.
Even if I only play that game for 12 minutes,
exactly. Hey, Dally, are you going to buy this copy of Song of the South?
I was looking at that. I'm like, you got to check this out, JJ.
Yeah, all right. Now we're going to proceed to watch all 7 minutes of this gameplay.
Yes, I'm just gonna let it run. We'll enjoy it.
Look at that fucking gun. That thing rules.
I will say, especially if you have good enough internet for it, do yourself a favor. This is, I think it's in 4K on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually available in 4K on YouTube, and it looks fucking killer.
Do you know what else I'm excited for?
Video games.
Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker.
I was surprised you didn't say it.
I mean, like, it was just like a given. Like, I didn't want to be like, whatever.
That's like everybody saying,
Zelda.
Everybody wants Metroid Dread and Breath of the Wild too. Wow, I can't believe it. What a bunch of gamers.
Yeah. The thing that's weird about the Endwalker release is it comes out Thanksgiving week.
It does.
And then
really?
Then the new raids come out Christmas week. So it's like,
but that's amazing for me because that's when my that's when you can
starts.
Play it.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of people are kind of mad, but it's like
stupid
get over
saw that he's got. This is awesome.
Hell yeah.
I think he like puts it together though, like in the moment. Anyway, Atomic Heart looks cool, although These games stress me out now. Like I tried to go play 2020 Parade or 2019 Parade. When did Parade come out? 2017? I don't know.
2017. Yeah, I think
2017
so.
sounds
and I was like a couple hours into it, and then I got stressed out and I stopped playing it. there's
pretty good.
It's no, it is like the first hour and a half where it's just like the exposition and realizing what's happening was sweet, and then I started having to fight monsters and make choices, and I was like, all right, well, it was fun while it lasted.
They also have a roguelike mode too.
They need to bring back the Prey version from like E3 2012 or whatever that was.
They need to,
Dude,
they need to dig up the Nintendo 64 version.
No,
of
are you talking about 2006 Prey?
Yeah,
Sorry,
2006,
2011. Sorry, 2011 Prey.
What?
Prey
What do
2.
you mean?
Remember?
Oh,
The
when they were doing
original
a sequel.
Prey 2 design.
Yeah, they were doing a sequel to Prey.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2006.
The Prey 1 was 2006, and then they did a sequel. This was a sequel announcement.
This was going to be the sequel to Prey 2006, and it just fell the fuck apart.
It's such a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad.
I remember reading about this in Game Informer and like flipping my shit, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this game looks so cool.
Prey 2006 was my first Steam game that I ever bought.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry.
No, it was a good game. I don't regret it. It was good.
I think
Cool,
it was
man.
Eric Smith and Ryan Gann and I were all in the Bethesda booth watching this trailer over and over again. We're back in 2011. That's the only place you could see these types of things. But yeah, we just kept watching this trailer over and over again as they were replaying it. And I kept bringing the guys into the Bethesda booth, like, "Hey guys, they're playing the trailer in 4K on the screen over here."
Was this the year that every trailer had Kanye West in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, everyone
it was.
Yeah, everyone is. No one man should have all that power.
Like, no one man.
Yeah. I found the game I was talking about. It does exist.
Okay.
The game is called Recompile. I put a YouTube link and I was right. The PlayStation blog talked about it. Apparently, July 21st, because they put a story trailer up about it. It's I believe I don't know if they actually come out and say it, but you're basically playing as an antivirus, just a program inside of a computer, going through it and trying to figure out what the hell has happened in here, and trying to restore fragments of data, which I'm sure eventually lead to whatever is actually happening. But yeah, you just kind of gain abilities like a Metroidvania type thing, and gain different access levels to the computer. And yeah, I mean, it basically kind of just looks like a Zelda game. I would assume semi-linear, like a Metroidvania, where you have to go through certain parts to get to certain other areas. But yeah, it just seems like a kind of like, if you're into IT stuff or you do some of that, just some cool stuff like that with some actual action gameplay on top of it. It does exist. When it's coming out. Apparently August 19th. So we'll apparently find out if it's any good starting then.
Is that first? Did that just go in the first person?
They might have. I think it's primarily in a third-person action game though. Coming out on PS5 and I believe PS4. Oh no, maybe just PS5.
Available August 19th. Look at that. Maybe.
So Horizon is going to be on PS4, but this isn't? Okay.
Sam, you going through and describing this reminded me of one of the early formative PC games that I bought and played, which was Darwinia. I don't know if any of you have ever played or...
Yeah.
Zach, go back and play Darwinia.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you even buy it on Steam anymore?
On GOG.
Yeah, you can. You can. It was made by the same guy that made DEF CON, which is probably his better known game.
This looks
Darwinia. I remember. I don't know how I first heard about Darwinia, but this was, it was 2005, so I was in or graduating high school. And it was in the time of my life where I didn't have as much. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna definitely get this game, but not buy it. Right? He seeded a version in torrents himself, where you got to a certain point, and then it like cuts you off, and it's like, yeah, thanks for playing. Now go buy my game, and then I did. But Darwinia is sick. And you're also playing inside a computer.
I think I might have seen a YouTuber do a video on this, actually.
And I'll tell you what, it felt a lot more epic back in 05 rather than watching this trailer.
Yeah, there was a 360. There was like a 360 enhanced version of this.
Yes, there was. You're right.
Like Darwinia Plus or something.
I believe so. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that sounds right. I don't recall exactly. I don't know. It was great, and it just reminds me of things being in PCs and like it having an evolving story as a part of it.
Yeah, that's just straight up a vehicle from Tron. Like,
yeah, Darwinia is great. Everybody should play Darwinia.
Darwinia ruled. Yeah,
excellent. Hey, you know what else rules? Ready to see what else rules?
Here we go.
Do it.
I thought you were going to imply that the end of the show rules, and I was like, wow, way to be hard on yourself.
No, you haven't been on lately, so you don't.
Ooh, okay. I'm actually interested in this one, Dally.
Snack questing. It's a snack. Let's talk about it. I'm opening this up right now. My daughter eats, as many people have kids, their kids eat these stupid goldfish. You'll see, Taylor.
I will not. I will not
Dally,
stand by goldfish.
Dally, I got good. I was buying the cartons before my daughter was born.
There you go. Yeah. This is so I'm gonna give this sucker a shot. Okay. So this is limited edition goldfish. I shouldn't have opened it. I should have just kept it and thrown it in the storage bin with all the other food that I had from like 15 years ago. Limited edition goldfish, Frank's Red Hot, original flavored. Kids freaking chow down on goldfish. I don't know that many adults that eat the goldfish, but apparently I'm surrounded by them on this podcast.
Yeah,
I literally eat 85% of a bag in a single sitting without question.
It's
so
so
you've
true.
got so you've got several grown adult men on this show.
Do you have normal goldfish to do a color comparison here? Because I feel like those are going to be Frank's Red Hot red.
You know what? Ready? They're the same color as regular goldfish.
Oh,
yeah, they're
surprised.
Wow, if you want your daughter to stop eating them, you could just dump some of those into a normal box of goldfish and watch the reaction.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I don't know if that's a good or a bad oh shit.
This is a great oh shit because oh shit.
We're gonna watch a grown man just shovel an entire bag of goldfish down his mouth.
Oh my god. You taste the cheddar, but there is like the slightest little kick at the tip of my tongue. Oh fuck, this is awesome. Oh my god.
Dude, what if I told you there's a bunch of other flavors that you can go experience?
Oh, I know there are. There's the Mickey Mouse flavor. Oh my god, this is
Mickey Mouse flavor. What?
It's fantastic. Yeah, it tastes like rats.
This man is hopeless.
Oh my god,
he's gonna go out and buy the pizza goldfish and be like, "Wow, guys, you're right. I got them."
Yeah. Out of all the trash that I've eaten so far, oh my god, by far this is the best one because it has just enough of a little kick on there. Oh my god. Oh shit.
His life has changed.
Yeah, my life has changed on this. And yes, I think I'm definitely going to sneak these into the regular goldfish because they're the same color. What a horrible trick this is going to be. Yeah, okay.
It's like Skittles with the M&Ms. It's going to be that kind.
Yeah. Yeah, this is awesome. This is phenomenal bar food. This is great drinking and nibbling food. Yeah, okay. Primo stuff. I thought this was going to be a freaking joke. This is great. This is top notch. This is
limited edition. So
I gotta go buy all of them.
Yeah, you're not once they're gone, you'll never see them again, and you're just going to have this lingering memory in the back of your
head. We did it. This was the best one yet. Maybe not as good as seaweed. Yeah, last week's seaweed, but this is good. Hey, anybody else have anything to munch on, or is that it? Is it just me?
No, Zach was drinking his cider or his seltzer.
Right. Well, this is hot, and this podcast was hot, and we nailed this podcast at the usual over hour and 30-minute time frame.
Hey, better than 2 hours like usual.
So. Better than the 2 hours. 2 hour Taylor. That's what we call him. 2 hour Taylor.
We didn't have any Steam Deck news this week,
or any
really
Blizzard news, really.
Yeah.
Over Blizzard.
Actually, no, Blizzard.
We talked about both.
Oh, we did actually mention both.
But not as much as we have been. I've been having to read some horrible stuff the last couple of weeks to talk about it. But no, they replaced the CEO or president of Blizzard with like 2 other people. I forgot to mention, but they split that company up.
We briefly mentioned Blizzard, briefly mentioned SteamDeck, briefly mentioned Silent Hill Abandoned, and so we did hit the trifecta in this episode.
Abandoned takes place in an empty United States of America. We have learned.
Isn't that trailer engine thing supposed to be online this week?
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The wink, wink, nudge, nudge, not Kojima game. Wink.
You read it.
Highland Sill.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Let's kill this.
Let's kill it.
Podcast. Good times. Thank you, Zach. Okay, Quest. JJ, the double J holder. Me, Sam, who doesn't. He's somewhat on.
He's just Sam.
Join the Discord if you need more Sam.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Yeah, I have fielded questions in the Discord before.
Yes.
You have.
Yep. And then Taylor Bliss.
That's me.
That's you. Thank you, my wonderful teammates here, who genuinely make my Monday nights go a lot longer than I ever planned. So it's awesome stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Playland just got here, and it's the end of the show. Sorry, Playland.
That's right. Thanks for coming.
This is the best part. Trust us. With that, definitely, find us all over the place. We'll see you on the next episode of The Side Quest. Bye-bye. Buy these. Holy shit.
Put it on the bag.
We're not sponsored. Yeah. Holy shit. We're not sponsored by Goldfish Red Hot Edition, but we should be. I'm going to talk to them.
Get me free goldfish.
Give me free Goldfish.